Towering traffic, this is Glider Whiskey Quebec November, winch launch to 4,000 feet, runway 05 left, towering.
G'day guys and welcome back to another Gliding with Andy video. We're here at the Southern Tablelands Gliding Club in Carrick, New South Wales for another day of winch launching.
Towering winch launch strictly this end, take off slack on Quebec November, take off slack. Slack coming in. All out, all out.
The thermals today were not very good. They were incredibly broken and very, very hard to center. My first launch failed dismally with me going basically straight up and straight back down. This is my second launch for the day and it proved to be a little better. I still struggle to center in the thermals, but as you'll see, this one did end up getting me up to about 4,000 feet.
Thanks winch, 1600. Alright, flaps are not fitted, undercarriage up and locked according to the placard. Trim on that back to 55, 50. Come on, baby. Where are you? Surely. Oh, here we go.
Quite enjoy flying in these more difficult conditions. It really tests you as a pilot and makes you work incredibly hard to get every foot out of the thermal you're in, making sure that you're constantly trying to center, constantly reworking your position, constantly tightening and flattening your bank angle, your circle, making sure that you're always trying to look for that lift, even though it can be quite elusive at times. But it paid off. I started at about 1,500 feet AGL and ended up almost at cloud base. Cloud base today was about 4,500. There was one thermal where I did manage to get up to about 5,000 feet, but for the most part 4.5 was sort of it for the day.
Traffic into your home country, best line runway 04, front over through departure to the south, Southern country.
Some of my friends and family that aren't pilots were very interested in my videos and wondered if I could show them some different shots or different aspects of what it's like inside the cockpit. So here's a view of the camera facing me, and it is quite a nice view, I think, mostly because of the highly attractive bloke that's flying the plane, but Also, it's cool to see the wings, and the Gliders B4 has got quite pretty wings with its yellow-green striping along the top of them, so enjoy this little section. The other thing that's quite good about this little bit of video is that when you watch other gliding videos, including mine, you often won't see the pilot, and you may not be aware that pilots are often looking out all the time. Not often, they should be constantly looking out, being very aware, constantly scanning. Perhaps glider pilots even more so than say car pilots, because obviously we're checking the ground, we're checking the clouds, we're looking for thermals, we're checking vario, our speed, all of these things we're constantly checking, and most importantly though, we're looking out for other gliders that might come in and want to start thermaling with us. We need to be very, very aware of aircraft that's around. So a good lookout is very, very important, and as you can see, I am constantly looking where I'm turning, looking within the turn, and just checking the area regularly to make sure that everything is safe and that I am, of course, centering myself well in the thermal, that I am doing everything that I have been taught to do. So as I'm preparing myself for my downwind and making my fuss check and radio call, another glider makes a radio call at the same time and indicates that they're going to be landing on the same runway as me. I can't see where he is straight away, and then realise that he's ahead of me. He pops out near base leg, and you'll see what happens as we go along this little journey, as we try and figure out what we need to do. And you'll see how important communication is. The other glider communicates very well. He lets me know his intentions, and we're able to both land on the same runway together.
Towering traffic, glider Whiskey Quebec November downwind for runway 23 left, towering. Correction, 05 left.
Joining right downwind for 23 left also. On land left.
Say again, you're landing left?
So the reason we ended up having to use 05 left together was there were a couple of gliders on 05 right being towed back by cars, and as a result it meant we both ended up having to use the same runway. The glider pilot who's ahead of me, that you can see off in the distance there, is far more experienced than I am. He made the decision to land long, which I greatly appreciated. It took a lot of the stress out of it for me, and I thank him for that.
Whiskey Quebec November on final for 05. Left, landing short.
And now we can see how good communication resulted in two glider pilots touching down together, safe and sound, on the same runway.